Barbara Mandrell, once the queen of country music stages and primetime television screens, turned 76 this past December, and her continued grace, poise, and legacy have left fans in awe, some even calling her current appearance ageless. Though she officially retired from performing in 1997, Mandrell's image, influence, and impact remain firmly etched into the fabric of American music history for those who remember her dominance during the 1970s and 80s. So what happened to this talented trio after their highly successful show? Was there a disagreement among them that led to the show's end? Did they continue their entertainment careers? In this video, we will reveal the truth about what happened to Barbara Mandrell and her sisters. Early life and musical upbringing. Barbara Ann Mandrell was born on December 25, 1948, and she was born to be a music goddess. She is the eldest daughter of Mary Ellen and Herbie Mandrell, who had two other daughters, and they all lived in Houston, Texas. Barbara loved music at an early age, and she was fortunate to grow up in a musical household. When she was 6 years old, they relocated to Oceanside, California, where her dad, Herbie Mandrell, opened a music store. He gave her some lessons on the steel guitar, while her mom, Mary Ellen, also taught young Barbara piano and accordion. This was a stepping stone in her path to achieve success in her musical career. With the lessons from her parents, Barbara was quick to show her talent on complex instruments, and soon she earned the nickname the Princess of Steel. By the age of 11, she put in the work to improve her musical talent, and in no time, it paid off. Even as a preteen, her musical gifts and skill quickly got her a touring spot on the country circuit with some popular legends like Patsy Cline and Johnny Cash. In 1960, Joe Maphis invited 11-year-old Barbara Mandrell to join his country music show in Las Vegas, Nevada. As a part of Maphis' performance, she showcased her skills on the steel guitar. With Maphis' support, she also landed a regular spot on the California-based country music TV show Town Hall Party. Initially feeling like the lone female musician, Barbara soon realized on Town Hall Party that other female instrumentalists were also making their mark. She said that while men largely dominated country music, I noticed there were more women involved than I had initially thought. During her school breaks, Barbara frequently returned to Las Vegas to continue performing. What about Barbara's sisters? When did they come into the picture? Well, let's continue the story as we find out. As soon as Barbara began attending shows, her dad decided to form the Mandrell family band, where he played the guitar, Barbara played the steel guitar, Mary Ellen was on the piano, while Louise, her middle sister, played the guitar and bass, which she had been learning for a while. Her youngest sister, Earlene, loved the drums and vibraphone, so she made sure she contributed to the family band by showcasing her skill excellently. Soon, the Mandrell family band began touring. They even entertained troops abroad on the USO shows. These exposures gave Barbara and her sisters the experience they needed for their musical future, as they could play multiple instruments to entertain several audiences even as kids. Soon, Barbara would not only be a renowned music artist, but she also attained great height in the entertainment industry with The Barbara Mandrell Show, a variety series that aired on NBC from 1980 to 1982. Let's save this for later. Eventually, she and her sisters were popularly called Barbara Mandrell and the Mandrell Sisters, and with their beautiful harmonies, musical skill, funny sketches, and stylish flair, they made sure they amazed their audience whenever they were on stage. Some of Barbara's popular hit songs included Sleeping Single in a Double Bed, If Loving You Is Wrong I Don't Want to Be Right, and I Was Country When Country Wasn't Cool. At the peak of her career, she charted over 30 top 10 hits on the country charts. She also earned various awards, mostly from the Country Music Association, Academy of Country, and American Music Awards. So how did Barbara Mandrell manage to reach the great heights she did, and how did she cope with pressure in the early stages of her career? Barbara's early recording career. Barbara was not only skilled in playing the steel guitar, she also had a melodious voice that was soothing to the ears. However, one might think that someone like Barbara Mandrell, who had the skill and passion for music, would flourish in the music industry after high school. But no, she had other plans. The next thing she did would shock you. Was Barbara crazy? So, Barbara hit the pause button on her musical career as she retired briefly from music after high school in order to start a family with her new husband, Ken Dudney. However, after some time, her perception changed. After visiting Nashville's Grand Ole Opry, her passion for music sprung up, and she felt the urge to be on stage once more. She quickly went back to her dad, Herbie Mandrell, who became her new manager and got her a record deal with Columbia, where she showcased her singing talent which had been buried in the sand for a while. This was the perfect opportunity Barbara needed to fuel her passion once more. In 1969, she released her first single, a cover of an R&B song titled "I've Been Loving You Too Long." Though most of the songs she released during this early stage of her career were a mix of country, pop, and soul music, Barbara was not only talented but also knew how to captivate her audience and keep them entertained whenever she took the stage. Sooner than expected, she impressed and won the hearts of traditional country music fans as she toured with industry stars like Johnny Cash. She also joined the Opry cast in 1972. She took a step further by signing a contract with ABC/Dot Records. And in 1978, Barbara Mandrell broke through to mainstream popularity with the #1 country hit "Sleeping Single in a Double Bed." She also released other covers of classical R&B chart toppers like "If Loving You Is Wrong" in 1979 and "Years" by Ivory Joe Hunter in 1980. To add to the list of skills Barbara had, she learned how to dance. She pioneered a flashy, dance-heavy concert where she featured multiple costume changes, choreography, and of course, showcased her skill in playing various musical instruments. In no time, this mix of country, pop, music showmanship, and sassy songs about marital mishaps gave Barbara the extra boost she needed to rise in the music industry. And that rise was impressive, dominating the charts, concerts, and awards. As national TV gave Barbara more exposure, she became the country's top female music vocalist in the early 80s. Her fame grew rapidly, and she even landed over 30 Billboard Top 10 country singles like "Crackers" and "Years," along with numerous popular hits like "I Was Country When Country Wasn't Cool." That's not all. Barbara Mandrell still stands as the only woman besides Taylor Swift who has won the CMA Entertainer of the Year award twice, taking the honor in 1980 and 1981, by gaining the attention of huge arena crowds with her talent and dynamic, polished stage performances. She showed in every chapter of her life, from the steel guitar prodigy to the powerhouse entertainer, from the devoted mother to the voice of resilience. Barbara's journey has never been about chasing fame, it's been about staying true to who she is, and in doing so, she became more than a legend, she became a lighthouse. If her story brought back a memory, warmed your heart, or left you reflecting, don't let it end here. Leave a comment and share what Barbara means to you. Like this video if her songs once played in the background of your life, and subscribe.